Welcome to the coach trip. 7 couples on a 30-day tour of Europe. For some of them, it could be the holiday of a lifetime, taking in some of Europe's most famous sights and cities.
We're still loving every minute.
Different city, different day, yeah.
But for others, it could be a complete nightmare.
Actress, she'll be on the streets in a couple of years, acting with a bowl as a beggar.
This is no ordinary coach trip, because if you don't like the people you're travelling with, you can vote to send them home.
I don't attention seek.
I don't see how you can laugh at it, love. What you did could have jeopardised everything.
Currently travelling on the coach trip are Paul and Trevor.
Oh yeah, you're a monkey, aren't you?
Am I?
Yeah.
Do that one.
I think. Did we watch?
Barbara and Pete.
Yes, we love the pace that it goes at. We love the whistle stop, and yeah, we've been to see the fountain, we've thrown a coin in the fountain, and it's fantastic.
Alan and Carol.
That's the best thing we ever bought, wasn't it, the caravan? Because it's opened so many places for us to go and see, and it's very cheap as well. And you can see a lot of the world and not spend a lot of money.
Angela and Eden.
That's it.
Perfect harmony.
Bob and Pasquale.
And I've got an absolute swing in my pants, so I'm quite excited, to be honest. Absolutely excited.
Sally and Emma.
Meant to be good at everything, but she just isn't.
Don't like being able to not do things and I cannot draw.
Max and Tom.
If women were in charge, who would have built the Colosseum, mate? That's all. That's enough said. Yeah, that's it. That's what he's going to say.
And making sure everything goes smoothly is Brendan, their tour guide.
Bob has problems with his bowels, actually. He's a bit bunged up. We've tried the prunes, they haven't worked.
For the past 5 days, the coach has been travelling on the Italian leg of its 30-day European tour. Its last destination was Florence, where Brendan decided to change the voting.
What we're going to do is we're going to make it an anonymous vote.
Which gave Pasquale the chance to influence the other passengers.
I will do anything in my power this afternoon to manipulate fellow contestants and possibly new contestants to go with the poisonous witch.
And it worked. Sally and Emma were awarded a yellow card at voting time. But then Pass and Bob couldn't get their story straight.
You told us you voted for them, he told us he voted for Tom and Matt, so if you're going to lie to us, at least check your stories.
And the younger members of the group were furious.
He blatantly lied to our faces.
To be honest with you, if it wasn't a TV programme, I think I would have ended up fighting with Bob and Pasquale.
That's the way I get the bleeding blame for everything.
Fasten your seatbelts for day 16 of the coach trip. It's 8:25 a.m. in Florence. Today the coach will have 2 stops, Pisa and Parma. Although this morning, Pasquale and Bob are less concerned about the holiday and more bothered with yesterday's vote.
It was an anonymous vote. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. We vote for Sally and Emma because that is the couple that we wanted to vote for. Afterwards, as soon as the vote was over, Sally and Emma, Tom and Max came running over to us saying, who did we vote for, who did we vote for? So he said
And I
Tom and Max.
automatically lied.
I said Angela and Eden because it's none of their business.
But what I can't understand is why the post-mortem after the vote? You were given an anonymous vote, you vote, that's it, you walk away. Why everybody wants, a post-mortem as to who voted for who and why this and why that and why did you vote for me? And I can't really get involved with it. I can't afford to get involved with it, and I can't. It's not my job to get involved with the voting system. I just deliver the votes and that's it. Yeah.
Brendan's trying to put an end to the matter, but Emma heads over to spy on what's being said.
I went to the toilet and heard Pasquale and Brendan talking, so obviously, as you would do, stopped to eavesdrop to see what they were talking about, because I heard them talking about last night.
Emma, this is a private conversation. You don't have to lurk behind a plant. Oh, please, darling. You were lurking here listening to what he was saying. Will you just get on the coach, please?
I just want to carry on and have a good time, but I ain't going to talk to them if they haven't got the courtesy to admit to what they've said, basically.
All this backbiting and bitching and everything, and really, when you think about it, Sally, all they had to do was, accept the yellow card and deal with it, walk away.
And with that hopefully sorted, Brendan rounds up everybody else,
Get on the coach.
including Eden, who, having enjoyed himself at the hotel bar last night, fell asleep and spent the night in reception.
Reception informed me that last night there was a gentleman sat on the sofa drinking who consequently fell asleep because he was so absolutely drunk out of his tree, and that was Eden. And then when somebody actually asked him if he knew where he was, he said yes, he was part of the Windsor Housing Society or something of that nature. So he, poor man, thinks he's back in London.
So, after Brendan gets Eden some breakfast, the coach finally heads off to its first stop of the day, Pisa. It hasn't been the happiest of mornings for some people on the tour, and there's still a frosty atmosphere on board when Brendan announces today's activity at Pisa.
As you know, most people, when they get to Pisa, the perfect photograph is standing, trying to straighten up. So they've got a Polaroid in the back, so what they want you to do is take it away and actually take a photograph of yourselves, trying to keep the Leaning Tower of Pisa up. OK? Jolly good? Sound like a lead balloon?
Coach atmosphere. Pasquale's kind of just stared into space for the whole time. He's the one that seems to be taking the worst out of everything. Everyone else is kind of just getting on with it. Pasquale's just kind of staring into space.
Emma basically is blank to me. Max hasn't even given me a glint, but I'm not really that worried, to be honest with you. Tom is just trying to provoke me, and obviously Barbara and Peter feel ashamed of me, which is their prerogative.
I mean, if you can't tell somebody to the face, they shouldn't be on this show. That's what the show is about. Standing there and telling them to the face. Quite frankly, if he'd done that and we'd have got 4 votes, and I knew damn well he'd done it underhand, I'd have smacked him in mouth.
Ooh, someone's tired.
Yeah, the atmosphere in the coach was horrible, to be honest. Again, there seems to be 2 different parties, and we're slap bang in the middle, and we've got one lot talking to us, another lot talking to us, but they're not talking to each other, so it's quite horrible today.
But, you know, just they're not sorting it out, and I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I really, really don't.
I think it's going to be a good vote tonight. Something's going to kick off tonight.
So, brace yourselves. Corners, please.
Let's hope the warring passengers can settle their differences at today's first stop, Pisa. Pisa is, of course, most famous for its Leaning Tower, whose layers of heavy marble were constructed on a shifting soil foundation, a fact that has challenged the engineers employed to save the tower for more than 800 years. But the tower is just one part of the city's Campo dei Miracoli, or Field of Miracles, a square which also contains the cathedral, baptistry and Camposanto, which together makes for an impressive architectural display. Pisa also prides itself on its intellectual heritage. The city is the birthplace of physicist and astronomer Galileo, who once taught at Pisa University. However, you don't have to be a genius to realise that the mood isn't great within the group as they arrive at the Leaning Tower.
There's a lot of animosity between the groups, really. Tom and Pasquale are having little spats at each other, like 2 cats, really, spitting at each other every opportunity.
Tom's just approached me and said, where am I staring at him? Well, unfortunately, I have eyes, and when I walk forward, I have to open my eyes and walk forward.
Well, I heard him having an interview saying that I'd been looking at him all day, and I feel it's the other way around. And I just went up to him and said, can you stop looking at me?
He's just trying to provoke me, but to be quite honest, let him provoke me. I've been intimidated all my life because of my sexuality, and this feels like now it's turning into a bullyism.
At least Angela and Eden are enjoying themselves.
Oh, that's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. It's nearly falling down, isn't it?
And such a famous landmark calls for a toast.
Cheers.
The Torre Pendente di Pisa, to give it its proper title, was originally built to show off the wealth of the city. Building began in 1173, but it wasn't until 1350 that the work was finally completed. And some of the coach party are finally getting into Brendan's challenge of taking a photograph which looks like you're holding up the Leaning Tower.
Turkey? You did it. Oh, I did not.
Yeah, go on.
Come in, Alan, a bit.
A bit further back.
Look, you can see his hand right.
But taking a snapshot's not proving as straightforward for everybody.
Now, can you get Eden in?
Yeah, he's got to go near closer.
Right, go near the barrier, Eden. Right, Eden, no, come back. Right, just stay there now, 1 minute, stop. So if he puts...
I can't see his feet, though.
Oh, you can't. Well, that doesn't matter, really.
Okay.
Can you put your hand up? Keep it flat against the side of the tower. Has he got a drink?
Oh, he's got a little bottle.
All
He's
right,
thirsty.
just hang on.
I had a couple of little miniatures, and I do have a little tipple through the dike. I did it deliberately at the Leaning Tower because I thought it was a funny little thing and it would make a good little prop.
Come on, Eden.
Wait, that's it.
Right, I got it.
Now, you have to do the same for you now.
Of course.
What do I press on this?
You bring this towards you, right? That button comes that way.
Okay.
Right, okay.
You ready?
Right, ready? Go. Fabulous. So everybody had a go? Where's Pasquale and Bob?
It seems Bob's not in the mood for having his picture taken.
You made a better stuff than that. You better made the stuff than that. Come on.
No, really, honestly.
Honest?
Please. I'm just not in the mood.
We'd rather get a vote because we're not involved. To be honest, I'm quite prepared to go home.
But if Sally and Emma don't go tonight, then I think we'll be going. Because we're not prepared to put
Sally and Emma and Tom and Max are the stars of the show. They're oozing personality, they're mesmerising, and they're simply the best.
Despite all the animosity, Brendan gets everybody back on the coach and it heads off to its second stop of the day, Parma. Coming up in part 2, Brendan tries to calm the group down with a visit to a cheese factory.
It smells not as bad as I thought it would be. Trevor smells worse than
which fails miserably as the passengers erupt at voting time.
He's not given a reason.
It's obvious to everyone what our reason is to vote.
You've not given a reason.
You've not given a reason, Bob.
Today the coach trip has already stopped off in Pisa, where the passengers had their picture taken at the Leaning Tower. But it hasn't all been smiles between some members of the group.
I heard him having an interview saying that I'd been looking at him all day, and I feel it's the other way around. And I just went up to him and said, "Can you stop looking at me?"
The coach has now travelled to Parma, where Brendan has arranged a special visit to an authentic cheese factory. The factory specialises in Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, a variety of Parmesan. The cheeses made here are matured for at least a year before being sold, although they can be kept for a decade or more without going off.
The smell's not as bad as I thought it would be. Trevor smells worse than that.
I actually don't mind cheese, to be honest, and I do eat Parmesan on a regular basis, and it's quite an amazing build, and I like cheese.
I actually thought they just made the cheese and then maybe a month later we were eating it, but you know, it's like a good wine. It's made to mature, which, you know, next time I have a piece of cheese, I'll appreciate what goes into it.
Some of the cheeses have an acquired smell and taste.
Very nice to walk around, but it stunk and it tastes like dirt. It's just not me. So little shavings on your spaghetti or on the salad, but big chunks, no, that's not for me. I nearly chucked, sorry.
Smell? I thought the smell was great. Guess it depends if you like cheese. I love cheese.
Yes, I weigh the same as a piece of Parmesan cheese. I am 40 kilograms. Also, a piece of Parmesan is 40 kilograms.
On the surface, the group may look like they're having fun, but underneath, relationships have reached a new low.
Terrible, basically, the atmosphere. You can slice yourself a piece of it.
I am totally ashamed. I mean, Peter, the puppet master, pulling his strings on the young, vulnerable people in the group, manipulating them, and he has been manipulating them from day 2. And that's why Barbara, over the past sort of like 15 days she's been coming on holidays, all the venom is building up on her shoulders, and I've now nicknamed her the Hump.
The only thing I object to is if it does develop into a slanging match tonight and something's slung in our direction. The only person we've had a dispute with is Pasquale and Bob.
Well, it's time for everyone to get things off their chest once and for all as the group head off for today's vote. On Coach Trip, the passengers' holiday will continue for as long as they remain popular with the other travellers. Because on this trip, at the end of every day, each pair vote privately for who they want off the coach. Whoever gets the most votes is awarded a yellow card. If they are given a second yellow card during the trip, they are sent home to be replaced by a new pair. Brendan gathers the group together to hear the result.
Well, good evening, everybody. Here we are in Parma, and it's time for another vote. The couple who gets the most votes this evening will get a yellow card. May I remind the group that Eden and Angela, Trevor and Paul, and Sally and Emma already have a yellow card, and should they get another one this evening, it will mean a red card, and they will have to leave the group.
Pete and Barbara are the first to vote.
Tonight, Barbara and myself are voting for Bob and Pasquale. Things have come to light over the last day or so that makes it obvious that they haven't been honest with their voting.
Thank you.
Tonight, myself and Max are going to be voting for Bob and Pasquale. There's umpteen reasons, really, but I'm just going to give you a few. Last night, the way you behaved during the vote, I just thought it was cowardly. I came to you at the end of it and asked who you voted for, and you told us it was us. I don't got no problem with the way you voted.
Why ask? It was a secret vote.
But why lie though? Why tell us?
Because it's our business.
I haven't finished talking, and you lied. I've got no problem with how you voted, but just be honest. I've never met a more cowardly, conniving creature than Pasquale in my life. Basically, that's the reason, and to be honest with you, I can't stand either of you. But at least I've got the balls to say it to your face, mate.
Last night, as you all know, we had our first anonymous vote. Me and Sally got a yellow card. We don't have a problem with receiving votes. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game. Everybody has to vote. We all have to do it, and we accept that. What we don't accept is people being weak and cowardly enough to lie to our faces. Therefore, we're voting for Bob and Pasquale tonight.
You approached me yesterday and you said, who did I vote for?
No, I didn't, Pasquale.
Yes, you did.
No, Pasquale, I did not. Do not start lying again.
Are you talking
funny, but you're lying again, mate. How can you stand there and lie to people's faces?
We did approach Bob.
The biggest crowd I've ever met. Sorry, Emma.
Tom, sorry.
It's all getting too much for Eden, who decides to leave the circle.
I'm sorry, guys, I can't handle any more of that. I'm not standing there for slag and match every night like that. It's terrible. I really, honestly, I'm sorry. I appreciate the trip and everything else. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't stand there and slag and match like that every night. I really can't. I'll vote myself off. So I'm sitting on the coach. I'll sit on the coach.
So with Eden gone, Angela is left to deliver their vote.
Yes, I'm voting for Thomas and Max. The reason why is that I noticed that they looked rather bored and unhappy.
You're absolutely right, actually, and we are unhappy at the moment.
Yeah, we're not bored at all, though. We're unhappy.
We just want to get rid of two people, you know.
Not being funny, if you looked at Pasquale's face today, he looked far more unhappy than anyone else.
Well, you see,
we're making an effort.
He's the person to blame for this. So.
You'll have to forgive me tonight because I'm getting old and my memory's going, but I have got a few things to say, so I've had to write them down. After the last vote, last night, Passy and myself were told to be honest to people's faces. The vote was supposedly a secret ballot, which by definition means nobody's business but ours. Yes, we did lie about who we voted for because we did not have to disclose to anyone our business. I apologise to Peter and Barbara if they have no respect for us anymore, but we had our reasons. However, we're not going to change our minds. Tom gets our vote tonight. We're not even going to give a reason because he doesn't deserve it. And in response to their votes over there, Peter's puppets are all stood over together. I think they were more upset about the result of the vote last night because after 15 days, it finally didn't get dictated by them.
You're rich, you two. You really are rich.
I mean, quite frankly, why they don't get a yellow card, because he's just said there, tonight we are not giving a reason. He's not given a reason.
I think it's obvious to everyone what our reason is.
You've not given a reason.
No, you've not given a reason, Bob.
Can I be honest?
Stand
Tom,
up.
OK, Tom, what did you say to me standing at the bar last night, if you're being honest?
I can't remember what I told you.
You said if it wasn't an effing daytime programme, you'd effing punch my face.
No, I didn't say that.
Swear on your mother's life.
I swear on my mother's life I didn't say
far
that.
away from him and you were looking into
I didn't say that. That is a lie.
Is that your reason?
You said you were going to punch our
So-
lights
I did not
out
say
and make
that.
our lives miserable.
Is that your
I
reason?
said I was going to make your lives miserable, yeah. I didn't say I was going to punch your lights out.
Is that your reason?
I'm not stupid enough to make
Is that
threats.
not reason enough?
Right, thank you.
Pete's fuming and decides to leave, turning his words into actions.
Okay, I'd just like to respond in the fact that...
Oh, come on.
Okay. I'm going to carry on speaking if anybody's going to listen to me or not, basically.
They wouldn't know truth if it stood up unbitten.
Despite Peter's dispute with Pasquale, the vote continues. Newcomers Carol and Alan try to calm everyone down.
It's our first time doing this, and everyone's at each other's throats. We knew that when we came on, we were going to have to vote people off, and so we have to accept it, but why get personal with each other? And why start punching to knock each other's lights out?
Tonight I'm going to vote Tom and Max. A very feeble reason, but they were just that little bit more disorganised than everybody else.
So Paul and Trevor are last to vote.
Tonight we're going to vote for Eden and Angela. The main reason was the first night you arrived, I stayed with you for most of the night. You actually got lost with me. Eden was struggling, I was very worried for him. He had no money for a drink, I bought you a drink, took you back, and then that night you voted for us. And that hurt quite a lot, and that's the only reason I'm voting back for you.
It's all right. We're not worried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the results tonight are it's a two-way tie, 3 votes for Tom and Max and 3 votes for Pasquale and Bob. And so on this occasion, we have to ask you to just step out of the circle.
It's down to the other passengers to decide who should be given the yellow card. And it doesn't take them long to make a decision.
Tonight, all personal feelings aside and being fully diplomatic, we, as a group, have decided that the yellow card will be going to Bob and Pasquale.
There you are, guys.
Cheers.
Okay.
So Bob and Pasquale have been awarded their first yellow card. And Max and Tom are relieved.
Can't believe that.
I can't believe that.
Guys, how did you say?
The skin of our teeth, Max. I'm not being funny, but it's a cheesy thing to say, but good guys always finish last. But not today, mate.
Next time on Coach Trip. More drama in the aftermath of the vote.
Tell Fred what he said to you.
And you'll never make it as a singer because you've got no talent.
Oh, you have, don't. Oh.
You ignore him. If anybody's got no talent, he decides to pick on the youngest member of the group because he's too much of a wimp to face anybody else because he knows anyone else would have given him what for.
And some stunning Swiss views help restore some long overdue calm to the group.
After the events of the last 2 days, I'm really pleased we came to Switzerland. It's so peaceful, look at this. It's amazing.